What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with a beginner guitar tutorial for Paris in the Rain by Lauv. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments below what other songs by Lauv that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing you want to know to play Paris in the Rain on guitar is that in order to get rid of some bar chords and keep this as beginner friendly as possible, we're going to capo up to 3rd fret. And if you don't have a capo, I'll have a link to get this capo for free right up here. Normally this is the part of the video where I'd go over the structure of this song, but because we play the same exact thing on repeat through literally the whole entire song, we really don't need to know the structure. And guys, the last thing you want to know before we dive into Paris in the Rain is the 4 chords we need to play this song. The first one is D minor. The next one is G. The next one is C. And the last one is A minor 7. And I'll have chord charts for all of those in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And guys, like I said, we're just going to have one chord progression that repeats through this entire song. That chord progression is going to be D minor, G, C, and A minor 7 in that order through literally the whole entire song. And before we dive into the picking pattern that I'm using for this, I wanted to let you guys know that this is mostly based on the way that Lauv plays it live. So you can obviously play this along with the studio version of the song too, and it'll sound awesome, but there really actually is not a lot of guitar in the studio version of this song, just the normal version that you'll see on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever. There's not a lot of guitar in it. There's a lot of bass in it, but not a lot of guitar. So what I did is I kind of watched some videos of how Lauv plays it live, and this is very close to how he plays it, but he plays it more with bar chords, but this is basically using the same chords he is, but we're capoing up to get rid of those bar chords. So that's the only difference. That's why this sounds a little bit maybe different than the studio version that you've probably heard. But if you look up some live videos, this is what he's playing live pretty much, except for an easier version of it. And then, like I said, this will match up perfectly with the studio one as well if you want to play along with that. So without further ado, let's look at this picking pattern that we're using. Like I said, chord progression through the whole song, D minor, G, C, A minor 7. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to have 2 different picking progressions. One for our D minor chord, and then one for all the other chords, the G, C, A minor. We're going to use the same picking progression for that. So let's look at our D minor first, since that's our first chord. What we're going to do is we're going to get our D minor, and then we're going to play D, G, B, and high E. We're going to pick all those at the same time. And then we're going to pick D string, and then we're going to pick G, B, E, and then we're going to slap, and then we're going to pick D and G and B at the same time, and then we're going to slap again. So from there on to what we're using for our picking for all of our other chords. So this is going to have what's called a bass note in it. If you don't know what a bass note is, it's just the lowest note of whatever chord you're playing. So for your G chord, that's going to be on your low E, and for your C and A minor chord, that's going to be on your A string. So when I say bass note, that's what I'm talking about. So let's look at our G. So G, we're going to go bass note, D, G, B at the same time. We're going to go bass note, and then D, G, B, and we're going to slap, and then bass note, D, G, B at the same time, and then slap again. And moving on to the C, we're going to follow that same pattern. So bass note, D, G, B at the same time, bass note, D, G, B, slap, and then bass note, D, G, B at the same time, and then slap again. And we're going to move on to our A minor 7 here, and we're going to have the same exact thing. We're going to do bass note, D, G, B at the same time, and then bass note, and then D, G, B, and then slap, and then bass note, D, G, B at the same time, and then slap, and that is it, guys. That's going to repeat through the whole song. It's a little bit tricky to get that down at first, just because it's a lot of moving parts, and it's kind of like you got to get your fingers synced up with what you're trying to do in your head, and so it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a little bit of practice to get that down. Don't be discouraged. Just kind of jam on it, and just kind of mess around with that until you get the feel for it. But that's kind of what I'm playing. And it just sounds cool, and it really, like I said, matches up awesome with how he's playing it live. So I'm going to go through this really slowly so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing on both sides over here. I'm going to go through it a couple times full speed so you can match it up with the speed of the song. Slowly should look about like this. And guys, finally, a couple times through that picking progression that we're going to be playing all the way through Paris in the Rain, it should look about like this. And guys, that is everything you should know to play Paris in the Rain on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helps you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 580 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new videos every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there could not be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see a short daily preview of what song I'm teaching before I actually teach it, you can hit up my Instagram at @thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below. Guys, I've been in such a Lauv kind of vibe lately. I've been listening to his new song, There's No Way, with Julia Michaels, like non-stop. I just have loved it. It's such a good song, and all of his songs, like even the sad ones and stuff, which I don't know, he's got a couple, but like, they're just, I don't know, the vibe is just so good. I love she has such like a unique vibe, and I really like it. So anyways, guys, I was really stoked to do this song. I've gotten a lot of requests for it, and it's a beautiful song. This is a cool song because it's a little bit like the chord progression is really beginner friendly, and then the picking is a little bit more intermediate. The picking that I'm showing here is a little bit more intermediate. So what I try to do is, there's not a whole lot of very like clear guitar in the studio version of this song, like the actual recording. But if you watch him play it live, when he just plays it like live acoustic, or sometimes he'll play it on electric, but he plays it the same way, it's just very picky, very chill. It kind of does this little finger picking progression that I showed you here, and it's really, really good. This same thing will line up exactly with the studio version, how it's played in the studio actual recording of this song, but this is how he plays it live. So I kind of tried to give you the best of both worlds here, but this is how I play it. It's a beautiful song, super fun to jam on, and like I said, pretty beginner friendly. Just give that picking pattern some practice and you'll fall into the groove of it pretty quickly. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a lot of fun playing this song. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all soon.